Greetings, everybody, and thank you for being here. Thank you for checking out my channel, and I appreciate each and every one of you. Make sure you subscribe if you haven't already. Also, on my channel, I have playlists for the different things that you guys are into. My channel helps people use the law of attraction to help people manifest their dreams and achieve their goals. So if you go to the playlist, that's about law of attraction. That right there will get you the information you're looking for. And I also have a playlist for my Forex videos, which will also give you guys the information you're looking for. In this video, we are going over how to analyze the market. I'm giving you guys my complete Forex setup, which does everything for you so you don't have to think about all the things that are important. I am also going to give you guys tips on how to use Galileo as well. The Galileo Forex bot is trending right now and very popular. It does not work as advertised, but I have my own system that's built into my coaching program on how to use Galileo. So I'm going to give you guys some tips on that. But please note, when it comes to using Galileo, I usually spend at least an hour going over your setup, understanding your goals, your trading plan, and all that kind of stuff. Check out my website at strive2be1fx.com, and I'll be more than happy to work with you. And if you have questions, please let me know in the comment. So before we get into my complete setup, it's very important to understand what makes a great setup. So I'm going to cover that first, and then I'm going to go into my MetaTrader 4 platform, and we'll look at Galileo, and we will look at my setup as well. All right. Thank you for being here. So let's get into this. Okay, guys. So when it comes to a Forex strategy, there are definite things that you need to make sure you include in your strategy. And the first one is how to track real buyers and sellers. When it comes to tracking real buyers and real sellers, you can use footprint charts. And I do have a buyers versus sellers indicator that you can use in your MetaTrader 4 platform, which tracks the buyers and sellers for you. I'll show you guys that as well. Everything that I'm showing you in this slide is also going to be built into my Forex setup. So the cool thing about that is when you have a powerful setup, it includes everything that's important to a Forex strategy without you having to even be aware of it. Okay. You also need to be able to track volumes and volatility. And you also need to be able to identify the market conditions. I'll talk about those market conditions in just a second here. And price action. So price action is very important when it comes to Forex. Understanding the overbought and oversold areas, supply and demand, support and resistance, and also being able to factor in the strength of the momentum. And then, of course, the big one is risk management. Risk management is everything in Forex. It doesn't matter how great of a trader you are. If you have bad risk management, things is just not going to work out for you. Okay. These are some examples of what footprint charts look like. So footprint charts, I think they give you a little bit too much information than what you really need, because they basically tell you all of the buyers and sellers in each candles, when really all you really need is just a summary of the buyers and sellers, similar to what's in the buyers versus sellers indicator for MetaTrader 4. I think that's going to be much easier for the average trader to use. But nonetheless, the footprint charts on TradingView do give you a little bit more information. Okay. And then when it comes to four types of market conditions, your strategy needs to be able to identify trending conditions, consolidating conditions, ranging conditions, and divergent conditions. So if you're taking notes, please pause this video if you need to. Um, I'm going pretty fast, mainly because this is kind of review, and I want to hurry up and get to my MetaTrader 4 so that you guys can really see what my setup is, and we can do some analysis. And I'm also going to try and keep this video relatively short so you guys can be on your way. All right, so risk management. I do want to spend a few minutes on this slide, and that's because this is where most traders go wrong. Most traders don't have a lot of discipline when it comes to trading, and that can be the only reason why you might not be profitable. So a 5% max daily loss. Ideally, though, you want to keep your daily losses and drawdown to 2%. This will make sure you're in the game a lot longer. So when you do have those bad days, it's not going to take you as long to recover. Okay. Although you can be profitable with a 50% win ratio, I recommend a minimum of 70% win ratio. So when you're trading, I tell all my students, trade demo first before trading live. And if you can't double your balance on a demo account, or if you can't at least have a 70% win ratio on demo, you most likely are not ready to start trading live. So that's just my take when it comes to how you manage losses. When it comes to the profit, the daily goals and targets, my recommendation is a 1 to 2% of your balance daily. So as your balance increases, your goals and your targets increase with that as well. And you'll be surprised if you can just make 5% weekly. I mean, that turns into a return of over 20% per month. And I promise you, that is a better return than you're going to get at any bank, especially with being able to start with a lot less money when it comes to trading Forex. All right. Alternatively, you can have a target per trade if that's easier for you. So maybe you have a goal of doing 5 trades per day, and maybe you only want to make 20 pips. If you're trading with a standard lot size, that can be $1,000 per day. But in either case, you should have a trading plan that outlines all of this information. So one of the things I do in my coaching program is I also go over building your trading plan as well, because that's going to be what you live by in terms of your Forex career. All right. So if you do everything correct, this right here is an example of one of my accounts and what it looks like. So we have 10 trades, 8 wins, 2 losses, 80% win ratio. I mean, this right here is a perfect scenario if you can make that happen. And then as you can see, the the profits are reasonable, and this is not excessive trading either. So you can see just a couple trades a day, nothing too crazy. And when it comes to US 30, that's pretty much a currency to trade for high risk, high reward. Okay, so what I want to do now is go into my MetaTrader 4, and we're going to put all of this together. Okay, so this right here is my MetaTrader 4. And I'm currently using this Tickmill account. Currently, unfortunately, US traders have been kicked off of the MetaTrader 4 platform for offshore brokers. So we are limited to just the US brokers to use MetaTrader 4. But I was able to open an account with this broker, but I can't trade live though. But because I am a international Forex coach, it's very important for me to be able to assist all of my students around the world, and most of them are not tied down to the restrictions from the US regulations. So that's one of the reasons why I always make sure I have a offshore broker so that I can basically assist my students all over the world, regardless of what they're trading. Let's look at how we can put all of this together. Okay, so when it comes to um, the setup that we see here, what you can see here in the upper right-hand corner, we have my buyers versus sellers indicator. This right here is giving me a snapshot of all the buyers and sellers on the candles on the time frames from the minute one through the daily. And you can also see I do have Galileo running right now. So while I'm making this video, Galileo is actually working for me right now. So that's so cool with this setup, right? So um, I'm a big fan of Bollinger Bands, and the reason why is because Bollinger Bands they give you a visual on volatility. They show you the overbought and oversold areas, and they also give you, trend and value. So this band in the middle represents the value and also the trend. So if you see spikes below the middle band, that is a sign that the value or the real value is lower than the price, or the price is lower than the value. So you can see here that the candles are all underneath the middle band. So this is a pretty good downtrend, right? So that's perfect. And because I also have my buyers and sellers indicator, you can see here that there are way more sellers than there are buyers right now that are pushing the price down. So this is a very strong signal. And the ADX indicator is basically a signal indicator. If you use this on TradingView, you want to look for the indicator called DMI. But in short, what you're looking for is the ADX to be 25 or higher. 25 or higher represents a strong trend. Okay, so currently we see the ADX is at 50. So that's extremely strong, right? And the red line is the minus DI line, which represents a bearish trend. And then the green line is a bullish trend. So once these lines cross, that generates a signal. So we have a cross right here, and we can see that a sell signal was generated. And then as time went on, we see that the ADX got stronger and stronger and stronger. And now we see it stabilizing at around 50, which is telling us that this is a very strong downtrend on the US dollar Japanese yen. Okay, and then we want to be able to measure momentum. For momentum, that's where the CCI comes in play for me as well. So when it comes to using the CCI, what is very important to understand is if the CCI is around 0, then that means it's not that solid. Uh, what you want to see with the CCI is either at minus 100 or at 100. So the CCI is good for tracking reversals. So when the CCI gets to 100, that's usually a sign that the price is going to be overbought and then it's going to trigger a sell. If the CCI is at minus 100, that's usually when it's going to trigger a reversal and the price is going to go up. So when you see the price around zero, even though the CCI is going up, it's not concrete enough for it to be a bullish signal. Most of the time, what it means is that it's just a pullback, for example. So in this current setup right here, I'm looking at the CCI and, it's not close, and, I guess it's kind of close to zero, but it's not, okay, so it's at the minus 40, so it's kind of far from the zero line. Um, right here, though, because it was at a minus 47, this right here is telling me that the most recent confirmation was the US dollar Japanese yen was oversold. Okay. So, but it's not concrete enough for it to necessarily be bullish because it's struggling to go above this zero line. And this is kind of just giving me more information that, okay, you know what? It looks like the US dollar Japanese yen is going to continue down. It might be just doing a little pullback right now, but this is not something for me to be concerned about. And being able to track pullbacks is very important in your setup. All right, so let's go into Galileo. All right, so I'm just gonna right click. Oh, another thing. Once you have your setup, save it as a template so that it's easier for you to add to other charts. Okay, so we're gonna go to expert advisors. We're gonna click on the properties just so I can show you guys this. So this right here is the current setup that I have on US dollar Japanese yen. And what you'll notice is that my bullish and bearish signals are at 1. Now, based on the guide and settings from Galileo, this is supposed to be very aggressive. It's not very aggressive at all. I have max orders at 3. So at any given time, I'm only going to have 3 open trades. Okay, and I have my stop loss set at 50 pips, and then I have my take profit set at 150, and then my trading starts at 75 pips, and then my stop loss is moved every 50 pips. So that's just the current setup I have right there. And when I use Galileo, I only use it to trade one direction. So I do only shorts or I do only longs. I don't do both at the same time. Okay. So that's very important when it comes to this. And I don't want to spend too much time on this because Galileo is a lot to explain. And like I said, normally I spend about an hour or so talking to people on how to use Galileo. All right. So that's what I have for now. I have some exciting stuff coming up. With all these prop firms going out of business, is creating a major correction in the Forex industry, which I'm kind of excited about. Mainly because we had too many traders in the Forex market. Actually, I take that back. Because of prop firms, too many traders, instead of trading live, were trading with demo accounts. So what happened was it removed a lot of liquidity from the Forex market and things just wasn't acting right. Now that so many traders have been kicked off the Forex market, what we're noticing is things are starting to correct themselves. And in about a month or so, I think we're going to go back to the way Forex normally is. All right. But I'm gonna make another video on that. But that's pretty much all for now. If you have any questions, please let me know. and I'll be more than happy to work with you guys. Um, if you want to join my Forex coaching program, please check out my website at strive2be1fx.com. And thank you for checking out this video. All right, guys, have a great day.